There's songs on this record that in the past we might say, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. You know, like we did Cold Embrace, it's a slower ballad song, and Dark Roots of Earth, a little slow. And in the past we would think, what are the people going to think? They're thinking we're slowing down, we're getting old, we're slowing down. And when we heard the songs, this is the first record that none of that came into mind. It was just like, you know what, this feels good. We like this, let's go for it. So we really wrote it true to our gut instinct. And to get the fans' response that we got for it, we were like, wow, this is great. And maybe we should have listened to ourselves sooner, you know.
Dark roots of the earth, who echoes in eternity.
I thought just when I seen the record, and Eric told me the title of the record first time I've heard it, when he said, how about the Dark Roots of Earth? And he already had the concept together. And when I first seen it, I was like, wow, this really makes sense to what we're doing and where we're at with the band, musicians, just where we're at in our career. And we're always been a Planet Conscious band. And we all connected with the original lineup and stuff. So it all just kind of made sense. And the artwork was right there with it, too. Well, I wrote it about Native Americans, but it's really about indigenous people everywhere in the world. Every culture in the world has an indigenous group of people, and indigenous people always feel like they're the underdog or they're not being heard. And the message of the song was speaking up and standing up for yourself, and find something like in the song I wrote it in the video we did. You know, it's a medicine bag where they found the energy and strength to turn around and face their fears and face it and speak up for themselves. So I wrote it for Native Americans, my side, but the message is for indigenous people around the world. Just speaking for myself and like our reservation and our tribe. When I was younger, there really wasn't a lot of help from the government, and you really felt like you were on your own. You were put in your own community, had to have your own police and fire department. As I grew up, I never really seen the change at all. The kids suffered from it because there was no buses and ways for kids to get to school, and the housing was bad and stuff. And then I'd say 15 years ago or so, they opened up a casino on there. And, you know, the government, people always say, oh, the Indian casinos. But that's what kind of turned it around, and everybody had jobs, and everybody had something to do and something to be proud of, the casino. And that kind of turned it around. And next thing you know, they're starting to make some money, and the housing improved, the schools improved, they got buses for kids to travel to school. They started bringing back the language, you know, so things really changed once the casino came into their lives. But then right after that, here comes the government with their hands out going, oh, you're making money. Well, now we want some. And it's just, to me, it's like, it's almost a slap in the face. You know, they struggle for so long with no help, and as soon as you start helping yourself, oh, now they recognize you. So I don't see it, and I see it everywhere from a lot of the tribes I see around the country, and it's the same story. We wanted to choose some obscure songs and kind of turn them into Testament-style songs. So we had like really off-the-wall stuff. And then, you know, the one Queen song, you know, I mean, it's an off-the-wall Queen song. When I first presented it to Eric and them, they're like, I can't hear us doing that. And I just said, just picture Ministry doing this song, you know, and they're like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. And we turned around and did it like that. And then Eric said, I'm going to do also Scorpions, early Scorpion. I'm like, I love that. Okay, I like that one. And then I showed up to the studio to record the songs. And next thing you know, they're playing a Maiden one. I'm like, I didn't even know you guys were going to do that. So that day, I just like took the song, went to my car, listened to the original song once, went back in the studio and just said, okay, I'm ready, let's go. And just did it my way too. Yeah, I mean, I live day by day and don't look back. It's just for me, because when I was sick with cancer, I lost all my hair, and I didn't play music and think of music for 2 years, and that's when before the original band got back together. So at that point, when we were where we were in our career as a band, is we had so many different bass players, guitar players, and drummers coming into the band. We never knew who was coming and going. And then I got sick, and I was thinking, okay, I had enough, of trying to find band members and have a solid band. And when I looked in the mirror, I didn't see the same person. I didn't recognize myself, and thought, okay, my music's over, and I'm going to just survive and enjoy my time with my friends and my family and live for tomorrow. And that's what my plan was. And they threw a benefit concert in San Francisco called Thrash of the Titans. And the organizer put it together, asked me, who would you like to play? And I started naming off Death Angel, Forbidden, Vio-lence, s.o.d, Anthrax. I started naming all these bands, and next thing you know, he's like, I got them. They're all coming. So for me getting ill, something that major, and we actually revived the Bay Area metal scene, because Death Angel and Forbidden and Exodus and everybody put their problems and differences aside and got back together and still making great music today. I think it's a shame because Dave Lombardo, we played with Dave on their Gathering record, and Dave is a unique drummer, a special drummer, and I think Dave is a lot of Slayer style and sound, and the way, when you hear any other drummer play with Slayer, that's not Dave, it's different. There's nothing like the original lineup. So, it's a shame, but hopefully they work it out and Dave comes back, because he's Slayer. He's always going to be Slayer too.